Hi everyone, it's FC.Liverpool. It's all about Liverpool. It's going to be a great night. We're going to be talking about it. There's a couple, three of them actually, who's coming on at 9 o'clock. You know, it's all through work. But I've got me mate, great fella, big red, big nuisance as well. He's always drinking his Guinness. Everything. There he is, Tommy Batty.
Hi, Frank. I like it.
What you think of? They're all coming on late. They're all
you're gonna start asking for notes. Yeah, just walk in, like.
Your thing's on again. You know the crackling.
Is it?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, hang on a minute, then. Bad.
Hi everyone. It's Tommy. Great, isn't he? Anyway, Snapey, evening Frank. Hello, Tommy. Tommy's just gone. Oh, that's great. That's great. And I've got the title there. You know, the title is "We Must." You know, I've emphasised it. We must replace. So, you know, as it goes in, you know, goes on. I mean, the pod. I want all your opinions. And now we've just been linked with so many players, so many options, and it's the usual tripe. It really is. It's pure tripe what they're coming out with. Now this Saudi team, presumably putting in an offer for Diaz, 50 million. Can you believe that? You know, can you believe that? Absolutely. I was just saying, can you hear me, Tom?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's better. That's great.
Go ahead, Dan.
I was just saying there, you know, all these players that we're linked with.
Yeah.
All the players that we're linked with are now being, or how can I put this? There's people are coming out now and saying that Diaz might be on his way for the £50 million deal to one of the Saudi teams.
Diaz.
Diaz, yeah.
See, I'm not like you, Frank. I don't listen to social media and what they say.
No.
I'm saying if it's in the paper, I'll believe it.
Well, you know, all about, and as I mentioned before to the, you know, the people, it's all the rumours, and we don't do rumours, you know. And the likes of Diaz going, it's here's Steve Evans. I'll shack you in for John Henry's wife. Leg these lords. What's she like? It's unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, Cherry one.
Mbappe's still coming anyway, I believe.
Who?
Mbappe's he's still coming.
Yeah. He'll be with us a lot. Yeah. Killian, yeah, of course he's coming. And Tushane, he's be coming. Along with Bellingham. Bellingham doesn't want to play for
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're getting a lot of them.
Yeah. I thought Tommy was eating Rice Krispies for a minute. You know when you came first came up? Oh, brilliant. And Stephen says, losing what seems like Enzo and Fabinho, replacing them becomes even more essential. It's all well and good pacifying us with the Hungarian and McAllister. Notice how we said the Hungarian.
What's his proper name?
And this is Dictionary Corner with all these mad words. When I was with I went to make a cup of tea, and that's yeah as well. Like, I said, hey, I just read them comments out, and he's reading them, and anyway, I come back with the cup of tea, sat down, he went, and I've seen his comments, yeah, what it was like. But he had this mad word, and I said, I haven't a clue what that word is. Never seen it in my life. I'm sure he's got that Alexa or whatever it is, and that's for the words he puts it in. But he hasn't put some Mosley in, has he? It's great, Steve.
But the thing is, Frank, they're going on about Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, supposed to be going to Saudi with Stevie G.
Yeah.
Nothing signed, sealed, delivered yet.
Well, as Stephen says, you know, a defensive midfielder, central defensive midfielder, must be top of the list now.
Yeah, but Fabinho hasn't gone anywhere.
No.
It's all the paper talk.
No. Honestly, he's going. He'll be gone this week. He'll definitely be gone this week. That's in the bag there. Okay, I want to ask you the question. Just let me get onto these.
All right, go ahead.
Steve Evans just say managed to get on, you know, because he's in work actually. And Stephen Snape says, Sob Osley.
That's it. You got him now, Steve.
It's what you call phonetics spelling.
All right.
Slobbo, says Steve Evans, in goal, first game, nails on. Some jockey club will come in for Allison. Lee Brady, hello everyone. Frank, I've liked and shared on many LFC fan groups. Hope it helps. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Lee. Good man. Now listen, everyone on, you know, I know that you have subscribed, and people who haven't subscribed, just subscribe, costs nothing. Get your comments there in, and we'll discuss them. Not only that, but like, even if you've liked it last week, and you know, you keep on liking it, just to get the algorithm out there. And Stephen Snape will come out now, spell algorithm for us. Leave Lazy. We've got a great Slobber Sky, I say. Slobber Sky. It's just brilliant.
I'm sure you'll get a nickname.
Yeah, but you know, if you. It was like Batatich. Remember, you know, anyone, even Brian Fennell. Calls him Badger, didn't he?
Yeah.
Badger. I'm going away. We're going away come September. Got stay here, my grandson. He said, "Can I stay there? Can I stay and look after your house, Granddad?" I said, "Yeah." He's a cracking kid. But what I'm just telling the people now, I've got our Francine to look after the thing. You know, Jason's going for producer and everything else, you know. Tell her he sets it up, as you know. And our Francine will be
in the hot seat.
But we're going to, Tommy, we're going
to... There goes Mr.
Yeah, we're going to be guests. All the way from Turkey, you're going to be guests.
Should be good, that, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, look, Gareth Williams and Steve Evans is the same as well. Enough is enough. Now FSG out. And have you noticed the way he's got the S? It's the dollar.
Yeah.
It's the dollar sign. See, I wouldn't be surprised. Me and Steve Evans were talking before, to be honest. And he said, "Have you read the latest?" I said, "Yeah, you know about Louis Diaz." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I have." I said, "This is ridiculous. It's getting beyond a joke now. We've how many players has gone? Henderson will go. Henderson, he's I can't swear, but you know, he's effed his thing up with us by wanting to go. by wanting to go. And that's the problem.
So where did this news come up from about Luis Diaz?
It just does. It's, it's these Arabs who've put it. It's come from Portugal, actually. It's come from the same sources that said Liverpool are going to sign Luis Diaz. And we didn't know anything about it. Then all of a sudden, this was the source that came from Portugal, Porto.
I can't see
And
that.
they come out and said that they're going to put in a hefty bid of 50 million.
Can't see it happening, mate.
Really can't. Apparently. So what do you think?
I don't think it'll happen. Luis Diaz going. Well, he hasn't been there a year yet.
No, I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll go. So. But it's the rumours. Do you understand? It really gets up our noses. And Steve Evans says, "How can you trust owners who have spent a single penny of their own into the club?" He meant haven't spent more spend on those two GJs, Smashy and Nicey, X and Gillette. Yeah. And this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. My title there is we must replace Tommy because we've let so many go. And that's the problem. I like the viewers.
The people who we let go, Frank. The people who we've let go, we wanted them to go.
No,
so Henderson's still there. Fabinho's still there. Luis Diaz is still there. Thiago's still there. Until they go, it's all hearsay.
No, I'm telling you now. They're going. Stephen Snape says we can only surmise about the Hungarians' algorithms. the algorithms. When the fans make a song up for them, absolutely. That's it. And Lee Brady. I think Enzo will definitely go now, Frank. Shot himself in the foot, and that's the problem. That's what, I'm going to come back to you on this, Tommy. But who wouldn't want that kind of money at his age? And he's 33. His legs have gone. We know that. He knows his game will be reduced. His game time will be reduced as well, even more this season. But on the training video, he doesn't look happy, and he puns it because I was going to say that's what Tommy. He will know people will not like him leaving for the money, so he will push his way out now. I agree with what he says there. What do you think?
Well, you said the same thing about Steven Gerrard. Did he shoot himself in the foot? Well, he said he wants to go to Chelsea.
He never. No, that's. He didn't.
No, and he never went.
No, he didn't, Tommy. Honestly, mate, he didn't. He never said It was Chelsea coming in for him, Marino, and it was in the papers. That's what it was. It was the papers saying he's going to Chelsea. I remember.
But why did he burn his shirts in the streets?
In my car, I used to have a little flag, and it said Steven Gerrard, the 8th wonder of the world. And I was sick as a pig because Steven was at his peak. To 2005 Istanbul. So anyway, I took that out, and within 24 hours, I was putting it back because it was just. He never said he wanted to go. Believe that, Tommy. He never said. But you see the fans now say.
Have you heard Henderson say he wants to go?
Have I heard him? He's gone
have
to.
You, have you heard Henderson say?
No, I haven't heard. It's like you. Did you hear Steven Gerrard say?
No.
There you go. Well, you said it. Oh, he wanted to go to Chelsea, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's the same thing. Have you heard him say it?
No. So, okay, I'll tell you what. Ask all these. Okay. Ask these lads. Okay.
Well, where did he hear it from?
Don't you think that he's been asked? Don't you think he's asked Klopp's given him the green light? to go. And he's come out and actually said, I haven't heard him say it because I don't watch
Neither have I.
LFC TV, but apparently he's going to give some of his wages to get up to the thing. You know, the price that that Liverpool want.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I know it's crazy, but you know, you can't blame.
So he paid himself to go.
Yeah, Lee Brady says we didn't even replace Ginny, and we didn't, and didn't want Bobby to go. That's Steve Evans. Didn't want Bobby to go. Neither did I. Yeah, let's just go through these. Steve Evans is bang on. FSG's saying is the dollar, say Stephen Smith. We've let 7 first team players go plus 2 or 3 out on loan, says Charlie Wood. What's that telling you about the owners? What's it telling you? They're saving money.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can name 4 players who we wanted to go, and they went. We were saying all season, he should go, he should go, he should go, and he should go.
Yeah.
And they went. They went. We were happy with that.
Yeah, but Tommy, I wanted Keita to go 2 years ago. I wanted Chamberlain to go not just now. Because they were fresh air, what you call fresh air. They weren't playing, they were just there. They were on the physio's table as usual.
They're getting the wages.
Yeah, of course they were. Of course they were. But Klopp kept them. I don't know
why.
The
thing is now, Frank, Jurgen Klopp's being very quiet, isn't he? He must hear these rumours. What we're listening to.
Splendid Mane. I love the Mane. I love Mane as well. And Matisse. I love all these great French artists. But he says, hello guys, if you want to make money, I advise you to join the betting group. It is a legit, no buying of tickets or games are free. Oh, yeah, there's we'll put that up for you. We'll put that up for you. The WhatsApp ping. Yeah, do that.
It's like I just said, Jurgen Klopp must listen to all these rumours what we're listening to.
Well, he doesn't go on social media. He doesn't. I don't believe.
But he's in the club. He must know what's going on.
Yeah, of course. Of course he does.
He's being very quiet.
Yeah, of course he knows what's going on. He's got kids there that do social media and his wife. Hey, Jurgen, do you see what these go with a German accent though?
Yeah, Scouse accent now.
Scouse accent, yeah. Big Jan Mulby.
Yeah.
But, you know, hello guys, if you want to make money. I love that. I wonder if that's for FSG as well. Stephen Snape. What does he say? Captain or no captain? Yeah, that is the point. Captain or no captain, if Henderson's head's been turned by money, then let him go. I want those privileged enough to wear our shirt to die for the cause. Truthfully, we've lost better than him. And
well, I'm not easy. It's like Jordan Henderson. He's been one of our greatest captains.
No one's slagging him off.
To tell you the truth, he said he shot himself in the foot by saying he wants to go. He can go where he likes.
What about when, you know, that lad's...
he does no Liverpool. He does no Liverpool, nothing.
Who?
Jordan Henderson.
I'm not bothered whether he goes or stays, but he's shot himself in the foot and his armband should be taken off him. How can you...
It will be taken off him.
You want to leave it? That's what I'm saying.
It will be taken off him. It will be taken off him. Virgil van Dijk will be the captain.
What?
Virgil will be captain.
I hope so. And I hope Trent's vice captain of Scouser.
Yeah.
And they're all
so Henderson can go or stay.
No, not Robbo. No. Virgil and young Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all coming out. The difference with Henderson, he's coming to the end of his career. Stevie was at his peak. That's at the time, like you said about Chelsea and that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's a good thing, that. That's a good show. Says Charlie Wood.
Yeah.
And there's mate, Paddy Brown, all the way from Ireland. If they can't pay Henderson fee, how will they pay his wages in a few months? That's another good shout.
See, I find that absolutely insane that Jordan Henderson is going to make the money up for his transfer fee. What a load of rubbish.
Aye. It's a watershed. I remember Steve Evans, and he was zooming from his house, and the next day, his all came out.
That's what I kept telling you, Frank. I have to keep remembering where I am.
Actually, we were only talking about normal wisdom.
Yeah, that's a crazy situation now. I don't believe that for 1 minute.
No, well, this is the way. This is everything. It's whether you believe in rumours or can we tell the difference between a rumour and the real thing?
What would you think if Jordan Henderson's saying, "I'll make the money up for me transfer fee"? Would you believe a word of that?
If he wants to go, and it's 700 grand a week, Tommy.
Frank, no player is going to chuck the club who's buying him the transfer fund up to buy him. That is just insane.
But you get that back within a couple of months, like FSG. They lent us the money to build stands. They lent us the money. They never lent us the money. It was the banks that lent us the money, and we have to pay it back. They haven't spent a penny.
The difference with Jordan Henderson and FSG, Jordan Henderson loves Liverpool.
Yeah. Charlie Wood says it's one thing letting players go. There's no point letting them go and not replacing them. And that's the point. That's the point where, the title is we must replace.
Yeah, spot on.
Right, Tom?
Yeah, spot on.
Soulboy Fran. Premier League is to blame for Saudi opened the doors to state-owned clubs like City and Newcastle. It's just pure greed. Charlie Woods, we were talking about social media. Charlie says, Klopp's not on Frank's podcast, though.
Bring him up, Frank. See if he come up.
Yeah. I'll get be funny. I do think we will sign someone. No one expecting us to sign. We're not expecting another gem. Jürgen finds. I don't know. It did. Have we missed the boat? Yes. And Stephen says, what I mean is we've lost better players than Henderson. Yeah. Graham Souness, Kevin Keegan, these were all at the peak when they went.
Yeah.
All at the peak.
Jordan Henderson's been here and he's lifted every trophy that is to lift.
Yeah. And there's not many captains that can say that. I'm talking about in the whole spectrum of...
Yeah, every trophy there is to lift, he's lifted it.
Yeah. No, you're right, Sam. You're right.
He's played in a great team. I'm not saying that. But he's been a great captain too.
I was watching, let's see. Lee Brady says, I accept 15 million for Enzo. Loved his time here. Won us all. Amazing captain. But yet, time for a change now, I think. New captaincy. We moved on from Gerrard. We were all gutted and it worked out amazingly well. And it will again. Whomever the next captain will be in this team.
Spot on, mate.
It is. It's a well taken point, actually. It really is. And Stephen again says, Henderson not lifted those trophies without his manager and teammates. He's part of a team. The team won the silverware, not Jordan on his own, but we've lost far better players technically, I mean, from Stephen Snape.
Of course, he's been in a great team. That's what I've just said. But all captains are looked at what they win on the pitch, and no one's won more than him.
Do you know, I was watching something, it was like 100 goals or something, you know, Liverpool scored in the decades or whatever. And do you know what? What stood out about the players scoring the goals were 3 players. And I'm talking amazing goals, Tommy. And do you know the 3 players? Have a guess who the 3 players were?
I'd say Fernando Torres.
Oh, not even
Luis Suarez.
Yes.
Mo Salah.
Yes. And who do you think the third one is?
Wasn't Fernando Torres?
No.
Sadio Mane.
No. And this fella scored some whoppers. Whoppers.
Kevin Keegan.
No, it's not going back. It's going back.
Oh, no.
You know.
All right. So it's Suarez, Mo. I'm just trying to think. Steven Gerrard.
No.
No.
No. This is me. I looked at. I'm just saying 3 players that stood out with the goals. And do you know who they were? You know, you just said. Who did you say? Suarez and who?
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah. And do you know the other fellow was? No, I just said Salas, no. But you know, Coutinho, you want to see the goals he scored. Some.
Oh yeah, he scored some
unbelievable. And I'm talking about unbelievable goals.
Yeah, he certainly did.
You know, you're seeing Stephen all the time, and Nando, you know, they're scoring the goals. But like Nando, he scored from inside the box and a couple outside the box. The one he scored against, I think it was Blackburn, when the ball came bang goal, you know, from outside the 18-yard box, and he was to the right of the 18-yard box, and he just volleyed it. Hit it on his chest, tie, bang goal. And the other goals, Suarez.
Oh,
Incredible goals.
You don't get plays like him, mate.
From outside the area. Yeah, I'm talking about the halfway line.
Yeah.
To right inside the area. You know, right in the, like 3 yards out. It's amazing. And
what he scored against Norwich. What he got against Norwich. Oh.
Showed that, you know, he shows a few against Norwich, actually. And the other one, Coutinho, should have seen his goals.
Yeah, I've watched them on LFC TV. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And I'm talking about unbelievable.
I wouldn't put him ahead of Fernando Torres, though.
Yeah. No, they never said, like, these are the two. I just said, me, you know, I looked at them.
All right. Yeah.
You see what I mean? But they stood out. They were, especially Coutinho, because Phil Coutinho is forgotten. Tommy.
Yeah.
And some of the goals he scored. The goal against Man United, when he got it on the left and he just wiggled and he just lifted it over it, right on the, more or less on the you know, right on the line, and he just lifted it over the game.
It's like everybody else. Like when they leave Liverpool, he seems to go down the neck.
Yeah. Can't be bothered about Henderson now. He's done his stint. Get the money for him and let Jürgen spend it instead of enriching our rich owner's bank account further.
I still think Jürgen knows who he wants.
Oh, Tommy, come on. Of course he knows what he wants and who he wants. Yeah. But the thing is, There's a lad who I'd love to get, is that Kimmich, but he's well out of the range for some reason. Unless this German fella, can smack it. He can do something. He can conjure something up to get him to come over here. Kimmich, brilliant actually. He's only young as well. Great. Brian McGivern. Sorry. Brian Edley. Good to see you, lads. I won't mention that area on the pitch. I'll be right back in a minute.
But the thing is, this rumour about Luis Diaz, if it's true, getting 50 million, like plus something else, maybe he's got a player in mind who he wants to buy, and he's willing to let Luis Diaz go.
No, our forward line, I reckon, is the best in the Premiership. And if we let him go, I'd be sick. I really would.
It's just rumour.
We haven't seen the best of Diaz. We haven't seen the best of him.
It's just rumour, Frank.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. That is, I can say 100% that is a rumour.
Yeah,
that is a rumour, but it's just a matter of anyway.
And for Henderson to top his transfer fee up, that's even worse.
Look at that one. Lost Suarez and brought Lambert in.
Yeah.
That was Rodgers though, wasn't it? That Tibby.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I ate a biscuit before. Like a little nutty thing.
Yeah.
That goes out.
Yeah. Should have put your teeth in.
Instead of sucking it. Always remember that we had a New Year's Eve party, and it was in my ex-mother-in-law's, and a mate of mine came around. he came over to me and he went, "Not much meat on them ribs, are there?" Okay, right. Yes, so, well, it was the ribs that people had eaten on. The bones on the plate. Not much meat. Unbelievable. Lee Brady says, I can see us getting 2 more midfielders in. I'm not sure if Klopp will bring any more players in then. Then he will be classing Carvalho as a new signing when he comes back from loan next summer, if he plays well at Leipzig. I hate all that. I'm not saying about Lee. I know what he's saying. And
yeah.
People say, you've heard them say it. I mean, all like a new signing. All like a new signing.
But the thing is, I'm not saying anything, but I don't think Carvalho is given a fair chance. Yourself personally.
No, well, we've said that. How many times does we say at half time, son?
Yeah.
To see the gob on there, young Carvalho.
You send Milner on, and he's sitting next to him.
Yeah. With 10 minutes to go, or 5 minutes to go. And Milner's not going to change your game. That young kid could.
Yeah.
That
you said that all the time.
Yeah. But I think it was to get Slabosla.
Who?
Slabosla.
All right, okay.
Slabosla, and I think that was a little part of the deal. That's why they wanted to buy him, Leipzig. And Klopp was adamant, no. And why? He could have easily, to be honest, Tommy, was holding him back. This could have been, like a couple of months to go to get Slabosla in and let him go out on loan. That's why he wasn't playing him so much. He could have been badly injured or anything.
I think he's going to be a great player, that young kid.
I think so. But we both do, don't we?
Yeah.
Getting fed up with all this, is he or isn't he? Just go. FSG, waiting until the last so that all the other good players won't be available to buy with Endo and Fab money. It's just bad, isn't it? You know the way. How can you say we have to depend? We've always been a selling club, and it's terrible to depend on selling players. And another thing, when they say it's in a sustainable position, Liverpool, we can spend 250 million like that and still be sustainable. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yes.
So why, I know it's shareholders, they're all made up of what they're doing, because the more money that's generated from Liverpool Football Club, the brand, is going to shareholders.
Yeah.
If you know your economics. Yeah. That's why. Hedge funding. And they're very good at it. They're very good.
I think, personally, I think Jurgen Klopp, right? He knows Endo's going. And Luis Diaz, I can't see that happening. But Jurgen Klopp, I mean, he knows football inside out. He's behind the scenes. He knows what's going on. He knows who he wants. And I think it'll come good before the start of the season.
Yeah. Most natural goal scorer we've ever had, Robbie Fowler, say Steve Evans.
I wouldn't disagree with that either.
But is it like a Scouser? Because
he was naturally gifted.
Steve Evans wouldn't remember who we used to go and see. Roger Hunt.
Roger Hunt, yeah.
You cannot have a more natural goal scorer than Roger Hunt or Ian Rush.
Rushy, yeah.
You know,
Roger Hunt was the first player I idolised.
Yeah. And remember getting your photograph taken with him?
Yeah.
And you had your tie on as well, and a suit.
Yeah. Oh, in the town hall. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But this is the point, you see. You know, Roger Hunt and Ian Rush, and even Robbie, Robbie was a Scouser. And the thing is, you won't see the likes of them again, in my opinion. You won't see the likes of Steven Gerrard, Scouser, again.
The way we always talk about the great players, the great goal scorers, and you know what name never comes into our conversation? Kenny Dalglish.
Kenny. Well, as they say, he's the king, isn't he?
Unbelievable player.
You're right. Of course you're right. It's like when we were chatting that time, and we never ever mentioned Peter Cormack.
No, that's right. We were talking about him the other day, yeah.
That's what I mean, But the likes of Kenny, we talk of Kenny Dalglish gets talked about, I'd say, a million times a day by people, fight fans.
Yeah.
And when we talk about Rushy or Roger Hunt or even the Saint, it's not like in the Kenny League, if you know. That's what I explain. Because that's why if someone says, like, one of the greatest players ever to play for Liverpool, who was it? Everyone just says Dalglish. You see. Yeah. But I tell you, Steven Gerrard took over his mantle in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Steven Gerrard, to me, is the greatest player we've ever had.
Yes, and a Scouser. What a player Suarez was. Oh, my God. I seen a video the other day of his most amazing goals for us, says Lee Brady. It was an experience just to see him play for us. Wow. He was just nuts.
He was magic. He done things what most players wouldn't dream of doing.
Do you know one of them goals today? I seen, and I was there. I was in the main stand. Who was it against? I think it was against West Brom. Anyway, the ball came over to him, and he was outside the area. The ball, and he didn't half get up, and he outside the 18-yard box, and he put it in the back of the net. It's like a bullet. His head.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what kind of a player he was. Fowler always my number 1-2, says Lee Brady. There you go.
I mean, as I say, I wouldn't disagree with it, but Rushy would take some beat.
There's
You had Toshak and Keegan. You had Rush and Dalglish.
Yeah.
Toshak and Keegan. Rush and Dalglish. I mean, unbelievable partnerships. Then.
Of course they were. Keegan and Toshak.
Yeah.
Keegan and Toshak. They were like telepathy. It was incredible. Unbelievable. And Brian Headley says, lads, I got asked this question the other day. Someone asked me, who would you have picked between Barnesy and Molby?
Barnes.
You can't they're two totally different players. They really are.
I'd pick Barnes against anyone you want to mention.
No. I remember him scoring that goal against Queen's Park Rangers.
He was something else.
I don't like him now. You know why, don't you? I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
Not going to. Don't like him. Coutinho's acrimonious departure.
But where all these words coming from?
He asks Alexa, he must say. Anyway, Coutinho's acrimonious departure sullied his contribution. Phenomenal player, despite the way he left. I've got another take on that. I'm not going to go through it on this. And I've got a take on Barella as well. Told you, haven't I? Can't say. Excuse me.
I mean, I've got no qualms. If you don't want to play for Liverpool, go. It's easy as that.
Yeah. I don't know where that.
But there's only one way, and that's down.
Stephen Snape, I'm going to go through these.
Go ahead.
Gravenberch still isn't happy at Bayern. I'm going to get back to that, Stephen. If Luis Diaz gets sold, I'm quitting, says Brian Headley.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Brian.
I don't think we've seen the best of Gakpo yet. Stephen Snape.
Oh, Gakpo's for me, he's going to be the player of the season for me.
I think Cavello has gone with the Reds. He was already too good to let go. He won't be back. Joel Miller. Fowler still the most natural goal scorer by far that we've had in the last 30 years. It's had it all in his locker. Left foot, right foot, headers, penalties, free kicks, goals outside the 18-yard box, and plenty of goals in it too. Yeah, you're right, Joel. You're right.
Wouldn't disagree with it. Wouldn't disagree with that at all.
A natural and a Scouser. A Scouser at that. He's just a nice lad as well. But he owns half of Manchester.
Loaded.
Loaded, yeah. He owns half of Manchester.
Owns half of Manchester, yeah.
And the goal celebrations also, says Steve Evans. Lee Brady, the Suarez dive celebration in front of Moyes was the funniest thing I've seen so far. That was brilliant. That was. Because he's going on, you know, and the Evertonians were saying, yeah, he's always diving, he's always diving. But give Moyes this due, he just started laughing.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
He took it
I like David Moyes, by the way. I like him.
It's strange. Strange. I can't believe Casido was still at Brighton just waiting to get snapped up.
Oh,
Well,
don't even go there.
I'd like him here, but I wouldn't give it 100 million for him, would you, Tommy?
No, not 100 million. No. Not at all.
And as Charlie Woods, we keep getting linked with top players and ends up with players we've never heard of. And he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right.
But don't you think if Klopp didn't want them, they wouldn't come?
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true, Tom.
I'm still optimistic about the start of the season, mate.
What was that?
I'm still optimistic about the start of the season.
But we still got to bring others in. We can't rely on what we've got now.
I'm sure there's at least another 2 or 3 coming in.
Yeah, well, we've been linked, but I don't want. I'm being honest here. We want a defensive midfielder, but we want someone in the mould of Mascherano at about 24, 25, 26. Little Mascherano, Javier Mascherano, great him. I met him he came down, I was on LFC TV, and he came in, smashing lad. He's only small. He's a really lovely fella.
He's like a little bull, wasn't he?
Yes. Oh, incredible. Incredible.
Not many went past him, put it that way.
No. And if you're Jersey, he'd bring you down.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, but he'd bring you down on the halfway line. He wouldn't bring you down on the edge of the box.
There's, about funny moments about Suarez time and Steve Evans when Fowler jumped on the stewards at Villa Park. That was funny. And they were all jumping. They liked them. I think it was the linesman, actually. Oh, that was nuts. That was nuts. Remember the old one, Frank, the furthest assist ever. Oh, St. John for uns cross. Charlie was.
Where's he getting all these from?
Oh, yeah.
He's got
another scorer of unbelievable goals. And we were talking about this fella, weren't we? Terry Mack.
Yeah.
Goals against the Bitters, Aberdeen, Tottenham, among others, stuck in my mind. The best goal I ever saw. The best goal I thought you went there for a minute, son. The best goal I ever saw was Terry Mack's against Tottenham.
Oh, the header.
The seventh goal. That was the best.
Yeah.
No one could touch that. And the second best was Terry McDermott against Tottenham at White Hart Lane. And I was there. And he chested the ball and he was out on the wing. He was out on the right wing. He chested the ball on his thigh and he volleyed it. The ball came to me, it was a chest eye. He chested it onto his thigh and he hit it. Flew in. That was the second best goal.
What about the chip against Ty Davis?
Yeah.
Hey.
Wasn't it Bobby Nims? Was it Bobby Nims?
No, Ty Davis wasn't it?
Ty Davis. Well, whoever it was, yeah.
Yeah. In the FA Cup.
That was brilliant, wasn't it? But he just took it down and just think.
Outside,
he was in the. He was in that. Just in that.
Semicircle.
Yeah, the semicircle, the 18-yard box.
Yes.
And 2 players around him, by the way.
You don't realise of the goals or the plays we've had until you watch LFC TV. The old games, and you forget the plays we've had playing for us.
Yeah. Stephen Smith. Kenny transcends mere statistics or numerical contextualization.
Oh, he's
Vision,
got a script right
pride,
there.
cunning. That's
He's
all.
got a script right there.
Cracking, isn't he? Be brazy. I still remember against Arsenal when Suarez was outside the box and the ball came out to him. He just turned and belted the ball. It was like a rocket and bounced off the post to Cole. And I went wide. That sticks in my mind. It was just the way he turned and hit the ball. Says Lee Brady. Yeah, you've always got something about Suarez, haven't we? So listen, Tom.
What?
Do you know, it was you, what positions would you like to see? You know, as it says, we must replace. So what positions do we must replace?
I think, myself personally, a top class right back, a defensive midfielder, and maybe a left sided central defender.
Yeah.
Them three positions, because the forward line speaks for itself now. We don't have to worry about the forwards.
No, this is it. And, you know, I think it was Brian Edley said, you know, about Diaz going. He said, I'm quitting. And listen, we've got we don't have to worry about them. And as I said, Tommy, we've got the best forward line. I don't care what anyone says. We have the best. They've been replaced with the best. And to come off the bench as well.
And be an impact player, and we've got a few of them.
Yeah, if you could imagine Salah, yeah, Diaz, and Gakpo, yeah, those three going forward. Just go forward. And we needed someone to come up. You've got Jota, Nunes as well, haven't you? You've got them.
Yeah,
You've got them there.
We've got impact players on the bench.
Yes, of course. Of course. So they're all right. They're all right.
What we need boarding up is the back. Defence. That's why we need a defensive midfielder, a right back, and probably a left-sided central defender too.
Totally agree. Totally agree. We need I want a top quality, as I said before, about between 25 and 27 defensive midfielder. That's with bags of experience and top quality, by the way, not just experience.
Yeah.
Top. The way there are some out there, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's what I want.
Diamonds out there. Yeah.
I want a left centre back. A left-sided centre back. And some people say about a right back, but you've got Trent. He'll be a floating right back. And that's where Connate, can cover for him. So, we're going to have a fantastic side if we bring in another top midfielder.
Yeah. So personally, I wouldn't mind Joe Gomez going right back.
There's a fella trying to sneak on here, Tommy. I don't know. I want you to tell him to get off and,
I hope he's got a note.
This is a private conversation.
I hope he's got a note. I hope you've got a note.
Hiya, Tommy.
All right, George.
Hiya, Frank.
I'm just letting Ian Golden in.
How are you, George?
I just got back in. I've been out for dinner with a couple of friends.
All right, George. You've got I tell you what, mate. I'm made up.
I said to Frank, if I get back in time, I'll jump in. So here I am.
Yeah, top man, George.
How are you doing, Tommy?
All right, George. How are you, mate? How's your wife?
Yeah, good. She's great. Yeah, we're back to normal now, Tommy. We're back to normal now. Everything's fine. Yeah. Yeah,
Hey
really
George,
good.
have you heard this rumour? Have you heard this rumour about Luis Diaz?
What rumour's that?
Well, obviously, this rumour flying around rife that Luis Diaz is going for £50 million.
Where to?
Well, you tell me.
I've not heard that. No, I've not
Well,
heard that.
Frank has.
I'd be very disappointed if that was the case.
It's got to be a crazy rumour, that.
That would be a crazy move. He's one of the biggest stars we've got.
Yeah. And also, another one which made me laugh. Jordan Henderson apparently is going to top up his transfer fee if the Saudis can't afford it. He'll put the money to it to sell him to Saudi.
Oh my God, what's going on? I can't believe that.
How about that? Yeah. Here's the Muhammad Ali info here. Here you go.
Camera.
He knows all the ins and outs. He knows all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
All this malicious gossip.
Yeah. How you doing, Ian? All right?
Yeah, not bad. How are you, George?
I've only just come in the door.
Yeah, I've just walked in myself.
So I don't know what they've been talking about. Be very interested to hear what they've been talking about.
Have you heard that rumour, Ian? Ian, have you heard that rumour?
What's that one?
About Luis Diaz?
Yeah. Imagine
Well, where
that
did it come from?
50 million or something he's supposed to have offered.
Who? Saudis?
One of the Saudi teams, yeah.
Oh,
And Liverpool are saying he's not for sale. But I heard a few months ago a rumour that we could sell him, and I'm thinking, we've only just bought the lad, you know what I mean? He's playing well, he's played well, so I don't get
That's
it.
got to be a crazy rumour, that.
Where's
I've heard some nut ones.
Where's it all going to end?
I know. Hopefully with the title in May.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And the one where Jordan Henderson is going to chop his transfer fee up if they can't afford it. Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah.
So Henderson's Liverpool are saying they're not going to accept the 13 million. The team, whoever they are in Saudi, that Gerard manages, they're skint by all accounts. And
Well, they're going to pay him 700 grand a week.
Exactly. And I thought it's hilarious that we could, trust Liverpool to pick, all this money about the game from, the Far East.
we picked skids. We picked skid Saudis.
we have to pick the skins of a bunch of Saudis to negotiate
Unbelievable.
with. But
I can't wait for the season. I can't wait for the season to start to get rid of all this nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that, George.
Get back to proper football.
Yeah.
All this rumors about money flying in from Saudi Arabia and players. I mean, it's very disturbing, really.
Do you know what though, George? It's been allowed to fester for that long. With when the Premier League was introduced, when the Big Five, as they called it then, we're after more money, including ourselves and Everton.
Yes.
And then obviously the Chelsea thing then took it to another level with Abramovich, and then the Man City thing altogether. Now it's just like it's not a sport, is it? You know what I mean?
Newcastle United as well.
Newcastle now, yeah, and it's just a race to the bottom, innit? I mean, it makes me think. Well, you know what? If we were going down the Super League, quite rightly so, but where's the outrage for whatever else is going on? To me, it's all about football tribalism, and as long as Liverpool are not winning trophies, no one cares, to be honest with you.
But the thing is, Ian, we're the only team who have actually competed against Man City.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We are the only team that's competed against them for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Been a matchstick between us, really.
Yeah.
And
we could have won at least 3 of them league titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
and
crazy.
to be fair, Man United would have won one as well. But they are, for me, they've cheated us. They've cheated themselves, and they're just they're just kidding themselves really with all. And it's a great football team to watch. You know, there's no getting away from that. But you know, they're cheating the game, aren't they?
But the thing is, Ian, you know, I know, George knows nothing is going to happen to them. Nothing is going to happen to them.
Yeah, it would have happened by now. It would have happened by now if it was going to happen. Yeah. Kick it into the long grass.
And you can see the way the Saudis are taking the game over now, like they have done with golf, and money's. They're all apologising.
It's all about money, mate.
Yeah,
it's all about money.
Yeah,
that league's never ever going to compete with the Premier League, is it?
No.
Doesn't matter who they sign.
No.
It's just
I
money.
just want to put this up, lads. It won't be a minute. I just want to put this up. And it's, you know, if you want some good stuff in the next few weeks, especially on the day, our first game, Michael Dean and Michelle Dean, they opened the shop. And it's absolutely brilliant. So I just go and it's great material. I've had this for ages. And, you know, it's been washed loads of times and it never loses its colour. It doesn't. And they're just wonderful people, great material. They've got everything, hats, scarves, tees, badges, you name it, they've got it. Absolutely fantastic. Am I right?
Yeah, I seen Michael the other day. Do you know where? No. In the chicken barbecue in Broadway. We were both after the same thing, chicken.
No,
but yeah, his t-shirts are brilliant. I've always.
He's a lovely, and his wife Michelle, yeah. Really lovely couple. Look after you well, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to a few. I'm sorry there, George. Hello.
Hiya, Frank. Good to see you, Frank. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Are you feeling all right now? You feeling better now?
Yeah, I feel great, George. Yeah, I really am, you know, which is a great surprise. But I feel a lot better.
You know what, George? I was actually sitting in that chair where Ian is now last Monday.
Were you?
Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
What was that on Frank's other show?
No, I just went over to see him.
Yeah, he came over to see me. He has a good chat with me.
Yeah.
He has a good chat.
And he took me in his studio and sat me in the big chair where Ian is now. Feels nice, actually.
Well, hopefully we can all meet up when Marius comes over.
Yeah, we will, yeah.
Well, me and Tommy will be away, unfortunately.
Oh.
We're going away on the 15th of August. Aren't we, Tom?
No, is he winding me up, Tommy?
He is, yeah. Take away to him.
When is he here?
17th.
The 5th of September we go away.
Yeah, we can't wait till meet up, George. We cannot wait.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
It's funny.
I thought about it the other day.
I was talking to Tommy about it, and I said, "Do you know what?" I said, "When we meet up, you know, we just say, all right, you know, but it's as though, like, we haven't met in the flesh, if you know what I mean." I'm sure that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
I know.
I feel like I've known you all my life.
I've got to warn you, George, I don't drink shorts anymore.
What do you drink? Black Sambuca.
Say again.
Black Sambucas.
Oh, God, no. God, that's my word. I've had a few bad nights on that.
A few of my pals have too.
Even in George.
Hi, Brian. Hiya.
And Brian says, "Bill, great to see you again, George."
Hi, Brian. Hi, Brian.
How are you? Oh,
how are you? They're having a conversation.
Hopefully, no injuries like last season. Says Paddy Brown was a distance. Whatever they do in training.
Here.
I've been watching the training on one of the TV channels. I'll tell you what, it's so intense.
And over in Germany, yeah.
Have you seen any of it? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's intense now. I see Mo Salah won the lactate test.
Yeah.
This is the fella I want. Kimmich, 64 million. I said to Tommy before you came on, George, and you, Ian, I said to Tommy, I said, if Liverpool spent 250 million, we'd still have money. And I'm talking about the club, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And yet the saying sustainable. We don't, as I said to Tommy, if you know your economics, if we spend 250 million, we'd still be sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where people fall down.
I don't think we, I don't even think we need to spend that, do we?
No, no. It was just a point of view. Yeah. That's all it was.
It's just like what I was saying to you yesterday was, if we'd have known Fabinho and Henderson were probably going, we'd have all been screaming even more from the rooftops for the likes of Bellingham, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Know what I mean? It's almost as if they know what they're doing.
It's all been planned, in other words.
Kim, I've seen the stats on Lewis, the lad for Benfica, and he seems to match up more than anyone else to Fabinho with the names mentioned.
You've got to get on our back because there's not that long left now in the summer window.
No, this is the point, George. Charlie Wood says, go ahead, rumour has it, well.
Well, we're looking at Goretzka.
I'm looking up there because I've seen it over there. Rumours going around, we're looking at Goretzka. Yeah. Goretzka.
I hope we don't get it.
Another player no one can pronounce.
Can't be saying something like Smith or Jones.
You need a degree in algebra.
Or Scott, George Scott. What about George Scott? That'd be better, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Everybody could pronounce my name.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Who's he?
Even the tea lady, I suppose, George, when she was coming to give me a cup of tea.
Yeah, yeah. And
if anyone gets done for FFP, it will be Everton and their number one, Sean.
Yeah, that'd be shocking.
No, they can't do Everton. They can't do Everton without doing City.
Man United.
That's not going to happen.
No. Man United have had a 250 grand fine, haven't they?
Yeah, of course, another million, yeah.
That's nothing. Well, the players could pay that.
I know, but if they have points deducted.
Well, if you do it to Everton, you've got to do it to City, and that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen, Tommy.
How can you just find Man United like that, and then City have got to go through like some sort of mad process over a few years to get, you know what I mean?
Well, it's coming up to 5 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because somebody's making a lot of money out of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Of course it is.
I wouldn't even be surprised if some of these Saudi clubs are, are involved with the City thing and taking away the best players from the rivals, and that's the idea. You know what I mean? Destabilising the clubs.
Because they don't want the They don't want them, but you don't want us to have them either.
No.
I mean, that Saudi investment fund, they own about 5 clubs over there, don't they? They own everybody.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go on to these little comments here for what they're sending in. And it's like Charlie Wood. Knowing us, we'll get oil barons in and just stop oil will close us down. Owned by a country, they are all brown enveloped up, says Gareth Williams.
Yeah, it's very sad.
And Brian Edley.
Where there's money, there's a fiddle.
No, the money involved. Where there's money, there's corruption.
Oh,
been on their site, Frank. Brilliant stuff. I'm going there. No more FSG.
Well, Peter Moore actually walked in Mick's shop, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he became like quite pally in a way, like, because they had some forthright conversations about what was going on. And
that's Michael Zane, by the way.
Yeah.
You might know what you mean.
And Liverpool actually offered him to go into business with them, and he turned them down.
Yeah.
They wanted him to design the t-shirts.
Because Steve Evans says, remember FSG threatened them. This is these lads, this is Michael Zane and his lovely wife, Michelle, threatened them over the liver bird.
Yeah, I remember that, Frank.
That's shocking, that. This is our bird, not theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can't, you just cannot copyright a symbol since 2007.
I know.
You can't do it. It's like copyrighting Liverpool's name.
Yeah.
You know, it is. It's just like copying the city of Liverpool's name.
It's a city emblem as much more than it's.
It represents, it symbolises the city.
They've got no business
Stuart
doing
Evans does. He gets me all worked up. Steve Evans always, every day does it. Phones me up. But he's right, you know, and he did threaten Michael and his wife, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you want to read that out?
Lee Brady said, "I'm sure Henderson, if the only player remaining when Clough first took over at Liverpool. Can you remember what players were at the club when he took over? Ones I can remember are Lallana, Allen, Jordan Ibe, Origi, Emre Can, Lucas,
Chase
Spearden."
Yeah.
Do you know what? I liked him, but as a player, I think he got found out in the cup final against Chelsea, didn't he? Really,
he got well found out.
He wasn't the right standard that we needed.
The squad we got now is on a different level from that.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault he was getting played, was it? Like at the end of the day, he was only going to, he done what he could.
I was at the game when we beat Real 4-0.
Yeah.
And he come on, so
yeah.
And I just whoever I was sitting next to, I went, look at this.
Did he take the sting out of it?
Look at them, you know.
But the players were, you know.
I think he went to Blackpool, then Tranmere.
Yeah, he only lived up the road by where the ladies go.
Yeah,
he was at Blackpool, wasn't he?
Yeah, he went to Blackpool.
I got told he's gone back to Liverpool. Then.
No.
He is. I think he's training the under-21s or so.
And I got told he's got a bit of an illness.
Yeah. We should get Marios a bottle of Ouzo. Make him feel at home.
A bottle of Aussie White.
He's watching Panathinaikos.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I've seen it, George. I remember he plays Everton, Panathinaikos, remember?
He played us, didn't he?
Did he play us instead?
The semi-final in '85.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lads, just when I see Paddy Brown on air tonight, did you know that the Dublin Liverpool Supporters Club planted a tree? Yes. For the 97 in Phoenix Park, Dublin. What a supporters club. The best in Ireland.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, it was great, that.
I'd like to go over there actually to see that. It's Dublin, obviously.
There's a few. I brought my students once to see the to see the famine museum. You know, the 1845 famine.
The Irish famine, yeah.
Incredible. I had to bring them over because they were all doing the
well, you know I was in Cork, Frank? You know I was in Cork?
Yeah.
We stayed at this guest house, at the Riverbank Guest House. And just up the lane, at the back of the guest house, it was the cemetery for most of the people who died in the famine.
To know that.
Potato famine.
Yeah.
As George Bernard Shaw says, how could there be a country who's full of food? That's a very famous quote.
Yeah.
Because he was up there then. Look at me.
GBS up there, yeah. With the quote. It's Tommy Batty signing for a battered cod, bag of chips, and a can of Fanta.
It sounds good.
Isn't that the game Zassena scored in, Frank? Yeah, it was against Madrid, and I think he scored against United. Yes, you're right, because it was a back-to-back game, wasn't it?
Yeah, he scored in both of them, and everyone, we thought, oh, we've got a bit of a world beater on our
Exactly, Zassena, our Italian.
He had his week in the sun there, didn't he? Brilliant.
Rushy scored 2 in 2 minutes against Panathinaikos since the Evans.
Yeah.
I'll be watching our first pre-season game tomorrow. Get the ball rolling for the season. Can't wait. I'm off now, lads. Early night, up early. Cheers, Frank, Ian, George and Tommy. Have a nice night. You'll never walk alone. See you Thursday.
Nice one, Lee.
Nice one, Lee. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait, can we, for the season to start?
No.
The proper football starts and everything gets forgotten.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, George.
And everyone on here, you know, the lads and whatever, you know, they're all diehards, aren't they? They're all diehard supporters.
Brilliant.
Every single one of them. And that's the beauty of it. That really is the beauty of it.
The good thing about this is everybody's got an opinion, and you listen and you respect it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, they're all huge Reds, aren't they? Every one of them.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. We all want the best for our club.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good one, Stephen Snake. We're going to Dublin en masse next year, the Europa League final against the Lancs. You heard
I booked 4 tickets. I booked 4 tickets off some big heavy in Dublin.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh, we thought so.
No, it'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
We'll have to get our own
I think we'll do it.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll win it, yeah?
Yeah. No reason why not. No reason at all why not.
Yeah, there's Paddy Brown. He belongs to the Dubliners. Dublin 15 Liverpool Supporters Club.
Yeah.
Say a big hello from us, Paddy, please. From Frank, Ian, Tommy and George.
I'll have to get in touch with Paddy because I go over there quite regularly, and I've never been there.
No,
Liverpool.
And these would meet up with you, Tommy.
Yeah, I know.
They would meet up because they're all good Reds. They're all good lads.
Yeah. You know, I get loads of communication from these supporters clubs. You know, man. Gordon Wallace and I went to Stockholm to the Swedish Supporters Association. They treated us like kings. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
All these groups.
Yeah. Have you been going with the ex-players and that, George?
Yeah. Well, the Swedish boys invited Gordon and I over to talk to them over there, and Peter Moore gave us a trophy to take over. It was the 125th anniversary of the club, and we were over there, and they treated us royally. Yeah. They took us around the city of Stockholm. They showed us the Abbey Museum and watched the match against West Ham. There's about 100 of them in there, all with the kit on, all with the flags and banners.
Yeah,
in Sweden, fabulous.
That's that's what it's all about, isn't it? Rather than the sinister side that we've just been talking about.
Exactly.
A little bit of faith and a little bit of love for it. And although I'm looking forward to the season, excited about it, I'm also thinking, what's it all about when you've got this going on and the City thing and the Saudi thing going on and Newcastle and all that. But you've got to try and, I think somewhere down the line, we've got to try and take our mind.
You've got to put that at the back of your head, mate. You know what I mean?
Because we are doing things the right way.
We're looking at something we can't do nothing about.
Exactly, yeah. You can't do anything about it at all. The media tend to stoke it up as well.
If we win the title next season, or the qualify for the Champions League, although that's not a trophy, as we know, second's nowhere. Well, Klopp's done a job again, hasn't he? And with the tools he's been given. Yeah, because we're certainly not going out. You think if we were losing Fabinho, you think put a bid in for Rice, try and outdo Arsenal. That's not happening. That's not us, is it? We're not going to get it done.
No.
Well, we were talking last week, Ian, about what Klopp, in my opinion, is Jurgen Klopp is putting the team together now. You look at the average age. He's going to leave a legacy when he leaves.
Yeah.
And that team, I still think they'll win the league again while he's still there.
Yeah, I do, Tommy. I do as well. I do.
It'll be an even more amazing achievement on the back of what's happened than what his first one.
Yeah.
I think what we all wanted. I think we all thought we were going to win more than we have up to now.
Well, we were just unlucky.
Yeah.
In the middle of the season, we dropped down because of injuries and a lack of form.
Yeah.
And I think at the back end of the season, we picked up brilliantly, didn't we? The last 10 games. And we've got some new players coming in. And so fingers crossed it should start well.
But we've still got to replenish the team. It's no use just leaving it the way it is now.
Well, you're right, Frank. You've got to replenish the team when you do it well.
We've got
That's
to.
what
Should have replenished it 4 years ago.
Yeah. I think that's the big issue is we're doing it all in one summer, everything, and it's crazy. It should have been done over 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing and the exciting thing is that it is quite exciting because of all the activity that's going on in a way, and I'm quite excited to think, okay, if we bring these players in, we've got to bring them in anyway because if Fabinho and Henderson go, and we've got Bagcic and Bajcetic and
Got to.
Yeah.
Baguette. We've got Bajcetic and Jones, and I know people are like on Jones, and I am myself, still am myself, but at this point, no one knows how good he can be.
No, we all know, even from when he was 17 and 18, we knew how good he was.
Yeah.
But and we've been waiting for him to burst onto the scene, and he did with 10 games to go.
Yeah.
And he's played well. They reckon that he was the player of the Euro tournament that he just won.
Yeah,
It shows you the confidence he gets when he was allowed to play.
When he was
10
playing,
games.
yeah.
If he was playing for another team, playing like that, we'd be thinking 50 million or something.
Yeah.
Imagine if
We've got him as a kid and brought him through. Same with Bajcetic, the young lad.
Yeah.
We brought him through, and also in Germany, Klopp's brought quite a few young lads over there with him.
Yeah.
For the training, so he must have like a few of them might come through as well.
Yeah. They're all. If he's taking them over there, he must have a chance, wasn't he?
Young Doak, the right winger, the young kid on the right.
Yeah.
Doak, he looks a cracker.
Yeah.
Jürgen's got a cunning plan.
Yeah, it is exciting. You know what we'd like 11 players in there that we've brought through ourselves, winning us the title in the Champions League, wouldn't we? That's utopia, like, isn't it? But obviously,
but even 3 or 4, if you get 3 or 4 in there, it's very difficult to break through.
Who would you like to see, George, come through the door?
Well, I like to see young Doak come through because when he came on, he was. You mean coming into the team?
Yeah, not coming through the door. I mean, because we need. I think we need another 3 players minimum. I really do.
Well, I would have liked to have seen Caicedo coming in, that lad, from Brighton.
Yeah, Caicedo.
Yeah, I would like to have seen him come in. I think he would have been a perfect fit for the club.
Yeah,
by the looks of it, he's going nowhere. By the looks of it.
Yeah, so he might still be available. I mean, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, do you?
No.
Right.
There's not long to go till the end of the window, and if we're going to sign somebody, we need to be working on it now, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I think that the added problem now is that the Henderson thing stalled, hasn't it? So Liverpool need to make a decision and say, listen, if you go, and if you're not gone by such a date, then you're staying. You know what I mean? Because, all right, get the Fabinho money, the 40 million, and replace him. But if Henderson goes late and we don't really replace him, and maybe that's the idea. Maybe we're just going to bring one more in, even if the 2 of them go. And that's what I think will happen, to be honest. I think we'll only bring 1 in if the 2 go.
I think it sounds complicated, this Henderson situation, to me.
Yeah.
We don't know whether he's going, whether he's staying, or whether he's in the future, or he's not in the future, or whether he's going to be captain, he's not going to be captain. We need some clarification about his position.
Yeah. It's that's another question that's been brought up. I've seen, on the social media platforms and that, is where does he stand? Where does he stand with the captaincy now after what's happened? And is at first I was saying, you know what, lads, if you're getting offered all that money, who's going to turn it down? But now I'm more thinking, hang on, you did make a stand. You know, you wore the rainbow laces. You made a stand and put it out there, and all of a sudden it's gone. You go to Saudi Arabia for the money.
It must affect his credibility with what how he's been supporting LGBT, how he's wearing rainbow laces, and all that side of the situation against the money he's been offered. And there's a choice there, isn't there? You know, a moral choice. Because
he's been a model captain as well, hasn't he? And he's led by example.
Yes.
Even through COVID with the captains, you know, he contacted all the captains of all the clubs, and you know, and you know he's a good lad, but it is hypocritical if he goes there. And even if he doesn't now, what happens with the captaincy? Because I mean, I'm looking at the footage of them in Germany, and I'm thinking, obviously they're not in. They haven't.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, they haven't interviewed him. So you think, hang on, why haven't the club interviewed the captain on the plans ahead? Because we haven't got a captain at the moment, really, in the true sense of the word.
No, that's right. That's right, exactly. And we need a captain. We need to know exactly what's going to happen. It's only another 3-4 weeks until the first game.
All right, I'll ask you first, and then over to Tommy. Suppose he stays, hypothetically, he stays, right? What would you do? Would you still have him as captain? Because I know my take on him.
No, I wouldn't have him as captain. No, I wouldn't have him as captain. I think he's done a great job as captain. He's been a wonderful servant, a wonderful captain, led by example, as Ian said, and all the rest. But we're at a situation now where there's uncertainty. You need certainty in a club, I think. And if you're going to have a captain, you need somebody that's going to be there behind the club from the beginning. If he comes out and says he's not going and he's putting everything with Liverpool and forget all this, maybe. But, you know, I think maybe Van Dijk should be appointed captain. That's my opinion.
Okay, you know, I agree with you there, because he hasn't mentioned anything, and he knows what's going on back in the country. You know, here he knows what's going on around Liverpool Football Club. He knows about us, the fans, and we're all looking at this situation. But he hasn't come out and said, has he? I'm not going. This is just a rumour.
Yeah, you want certainty, don't you? Especially at the start of a season. Everybody needs to know where you stand, how you're going to line up, what the players are that's going to stay, the ones that are going to go, and less uncertainty, the better. I think you need to know what's going on. Really, I think the fans need to know what's going on.
Well, as Ian said, you know, he was looking at the training, I was as well, and it was like when me and Tommy was watching Young Cavallo, and even when Trent was being brought off, and Milner was going on for the last 5 minutes, because I think it was pay as you play. That's what his wages were.
Yeah.
Trent was coming off. And what was his face like, Tommy?
Yeah. I've never seen him look so like thunder.
Black as thunder, yeah.
It really was. Now, here's the point. The likes of Henderson, for example, you know, he hasn't come out and said, he hasn't made a statement or whatever. What do you think should happen if he stays?
Right, I've been thinking about this here while you've been told. I'm going to say that if he stays, I think we need to go in to the season in a positive manner. And I think if we take the captaincy off him,
but he's not going to go.
That sort of like puts a shadow over everything. It'll be in the news.
But the thing is, Ian, you want a player to be captain who's going to be on the pitch for 90 plus minutes.
Yeah, so maybe like you don't see. This is something else. Maybe he's been told that he won't be playing that much. He thought that's why he wants to move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
he's been told not to give interviews too. The club must have told keep your mouth shut.
In the first couple of games, I'd have him in the team all day, because he's stabilised. He's got to stabilise, you know, the team, the new players. I mean, as good as they are, and you know, they've played in the Premier League. Sorry, McAllister's played in the Premier League. You know, for him to be there in that midfield three will help them along. And I don't think I think one of our biggest fears here is that we're going to go into the new season with 3 new midfielders, and you think, So I don't think that'll happen. I think even if Jones plays in the first game, he won't play 3 new players in that 3 midfield 3. But yeah, I think
you're right in one way, and he's got experience, and you need experience in your team. Without a doubt, you need experience in your team, and that's where his strength is, to be honest. But is he going to be playing the whole season?
No, I don't think so. I think once he bedded the two new lads in, I think he'd be on the bench, wouldn't he? Yeah. I mean, you've got Thiago as well, to think about.
And you've got Trent in the midfield.
Yeah.
You've got Gakpo, who could fill in either way.
What would you think about Trent playing the number 6?
What, in the left side of midfield?
Not like playing the Fabinho role.
Yeah, as a defensive
midfielder, but he's got other things in his locker, hasn't he?
Yeah, he could do it. He could do that. I'm sure he could do that. He's adaptable, but he was playing so well in the position he was in at the end of the season.
Yeah, as a floating midfielder, I thought he was brilliant.
He was fantastic. It was great to see. He basically had a free role, didn't he? But the problem was we were leaving gaps, weren't we? So
but that's the point. See? Yeah. If we
were leaving gaps when he was there.
Yeah.
Exactly. The point is
he was the gap.
The point is what I said and we were talking about it was a left-sided centre back to cover for the likes of Robertson, right? Yeah. We've got Konate who covers the right, and that would work ideal if we had 3, played 3 at the back. Konate, Virgil, and another.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Matt.
No, I wouldn't play. I want a new player.
See, the thing,
a new centre.
We are short there, aren't we? And there's been
no left-sided ones.
Sort about Carlyle from Chelsea, but
whether we get him, will Chelsea will sell him? That's the main.
I can't see Chelsea selling him to us.
Yeah, Brian Headley says, but lads, maybe he can't say anything until he knows himself.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wants to go, but if there's no concrete offer, there is a concrete offer though, isn't there? Yet, then he can't say anything. Really, his hands are tied.
I'm sort of surprised he's gone to Germany, to be honest with you, because it is a bit unsettling. It must be.
Yeah, because as I said, me and Tommy, when we seen Trent coming off, that was Henderson today, Tom.
Yeah.
Was looking at them.
But the thing is, you don't know what Jurgen Klopp is talking to him about, do you?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we
Jurgen must be talking to him. He's one of his favourite players.
Of course.
But he's kind of, you don't say nothing to the papers.
I think what's troubling me here is what we've spoken about again, but George will know more. Obviously, pre-season, the coaches and the manager, surely the captain would be involved in all the conversations about what the plans were going to be on the field and changes, and to get that over to the players in training.
Yeah, Big Ronnie was involved in everything.
Yeah,
I mean, everything that was going on, Shankly would talk to Big Ronnie about it, and he'd be the captain in everything, he would control everything at that time when we used to go pre-season before the matches and the tactics they were operating, and you'd have, he would then convey through to Smithy and the others what they wanted. But yeah, Ronnie was a focal point of a lot of the discussions, if I remember. And
so
it should be.
Imagine then that Henderson's in them conversations, coming out to all the lads on the training pitch, and they're thinking, well, you're not going to be here, are you?
Well, the other thing is, I heard Klopp say once, if a player doesn't want to be here, let him go.
Yeah.
Maybe Shankly, you don't want to be here, son, go away.
He said, I'll drive him to the club myself.
It's Liverpool Football Club. You should want to play for Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah.
You should want to play with them with your heart and soul. You shouldn't be interested in, I'm old-fashioned like that, of course, money, oodles of money.
Yeah.
You play for Liverpool Football Club. You've got enough money in the modern day anyway. Every one of these guys are multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
So why do they need another 700,000 a week?
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's extreme.
Someone said, this fella on that social network and saying, you know, don't blame him. You know, it's only a short lifespan, footballers. And why not go for it? You know, it'll secure his family. He's already a multi-millionaire.
I
His
think
family's secure. His family's secure.
Well,
All families are secure.
when people first started saying that, we were talking about 20 years ago, weren't we? 30 years ago. You know, like the likes of Yunus. Yeah, go on to Italy because, you know, compared to, and he was on decent money then, but it was a different level altogether then. Now the millionaires anyway. Henderson's a millionaire. It's not just the football, it's all the sponsorship they get and everything, you know what I mean?
But the thing is, all this we're talking about with Henderson and Fabinho and Luis Diaz, it's all hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all media inspired.
Yeah.
I mean,
And don't forget, the media do not like Liverpool.
No.
Never have done.
I mean,
Stephen Snape says, yeah, I think Trent, it's only what Ian said before. I think Trent his creativity would be curtailed.
Yeah, because if he
well, that's what worries me about it, Ian. That's what worries me, because I love his creativity and he's finding passing and attacking flair and laying goals on and crosses. You wouldn't want to curb that, would you? Really?
No.
I'd also think he'd be in Virgil's way from playing them.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see Trent playing in the back four anytime soon. No,
I agree, Tommy. I think he's made for that position he was in at the end of the season.
Yeah, further forward, really, coming into the next one. But it's got loads of intelligence is needed there, isn't it? I mean, from the back three as well to like cover and for him to know when to go and when to come back.
I just seen the way he was enjoying his football then.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
He was loving it.
Yeah. Because in the beginning of the season, he was being criticised from the England side, and he wasn't good enough in defence. And people were forgetting about the other side of his game, the creativity and the laying goals on and things like that. You know,
I remember listening to Steven Gerrard saying they're all going on about what he can't do. Let's talk about what he can do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's not a player that you want at the back post for a cross, is there? Is he?
No.
So don't have him there. Have someone else there and let him do what he's good at. What I mean.
I agree with Frank though. We need another defender. Ideally.
Yeah.
Can I digress into something there?
Go ahead, Dan.
I've been watching, very closely. I've been following it every day when I can, and that's the building of the Annie Road stand. And to me, that's not going to be finished at all, in the next few weeks. And I was only looking at it
the other day.
The inside is absolutely horrendous, because you still see parts of a breeze block, right? It's just horrendous. The seats haven't been put in. And outside, this is what I was saying. I think I was saying to you, I don't know. I was talking to my grandson, Ben, and I said, look at it, because I put it on, I said, that's from today. And it's the outside. I said, what you've got to think of, Ben, is health and safety. They can't afford to have people going into the ground with it like that. They can't.
Well, it'll have to be passed by health and safety, won't it?
Exactly, it'll have to be
passed legally.
But I think it's another 4 to 6 weeks before they go in to see if it's all right. And the season's well on its way.
Not unofficially has been said that the games are being put back, has it? But obviously, we want the first game. Oh, I'll tell you what has been said though. Wasn't the members' sale has been put on hold? An email went out from the club to the members to say the sale's being put on hold while we make sure something about the stand. So that is like an admittance, really, that
it's not going to be ready.
And that worries you about the impact at the start of the season if we're playing all our games away from home, our first 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do, It's a nightmare, isn't it? But I blame the owners because they've gone in and got the cheapest ones in to do it, and that's why they're slow. That's what I've always said. Because I said that's not never going to be finished. What?
What's he sent you there? Steve Evans.
Oh, I can't put that
Oh,
on.
no.
Oh, can't. It's never mind. It's some sheik, if you know what I mean. Just some sheik. Can't put it up. Steve Evans says, we were in for Carlyle, but don't see it happening now as Fofana being crocked with ACL.
All right. Didn't know that.
No.
I think, started getting that before, but not really understood what was going on.
Brian Edley, £700,000 a week will buy your wife's love, but it won't buy billions of Reds love all around the world. If I was a ready-made millionaire, I'd be staying. That's a good
Spot on. Spot on.
Isn't it? That's a very, very good, solid point.
You know, when you think of the legacy he's got as captain of
And it
Liverpool.
could be spoiled, yeah.
Well, let's face it, he's allowed to change his mind, isn't he? He said he wants to go, thought about it. No, I'm not going. Why can't he change his mind?
We'll see, won't we? We'll see.
But if he goes, Tom?
Well, if he goes, he goes. He doesn't want to play for Liverpool. Let him go.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, Brian Edley, that's why they sacked the lad, because he was more or less highlighted in his brilliant videos. Joe lad got sacked. I don't know what he's.
Yeah, it was one of the workers.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He got the sack, yeah. He got
Didn't
the
know
sack.
that.
One of the lads on the thing, because he said it's not going. There's no way it's going to be finished.
Yeah.
At the start of the
And he
season.
sacked him for that.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
free
club
speech.
shut the company to get rid, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which is pretty sad, really, actually.
The club. Who owns the club? The owners. That's who said, get rid of them.
Who owns the club? The owners.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's like you and I don't own it.
Yeah.
The clubs don't own it. It's the owners that own the club. And they've said, get rid.
It's our club. They're the custodians.
They're the this is what they forget.
Yeah.
They're only
Custodian.
the custodians. We own the club.
Fans own the club.
George, you, me, Brian McGivern, Steve Evans, Neil Broderick, everyone. Yeah. We all own it.
Yeah, but if we were the proper owners, we'd buy the players we wanted.
Yeah.
When we go back to when you think, look how much the club's worth now. 4 billion, is it?
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, surely some of that can be used as collateral, can't it? I don't understand how it works, but surely to God, some of that could be used as collateral for us to,
yeah,
for us to bring in what we need, instead of it always being about the future.
The thing is, me and Sommy was chatting about that before you came on, and if you know your economics, Liverpool would never, ever, like the saying about sustainable. And as I said before, Ian, we could easily have, we could have anything, 250 million to buy players. We could easily have that without looking and saying about the sustainability of the club. It wouldn't happen. Right, but it wouldn't happen with the owners, because if you're saying about collateral, of course we could use that as collateral because of the 4.5 billion. Of course you can use it as collateral. Point is, it's the shareholders. If they do that, it's the shareholders. And every time they buy something, because they buy 4 Peloton now, right? They've gone into golf, as you said. It's more money for the shareholders. That's what it is. More money.
That's what they're in it for. They're in it for profit, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know what I can't understand? What I can't understand with these owners, right? The biggest advertisements they could ever have is us winning the Champions League, Premiership, the FA Cup, the League Cup. the World Club Championships.
Everything.
That's the biggest advertisement you could ever have. And yet they don't seem to say, oh, we've done that now, leave it.
Speculate to accumulate, it should be, shouldn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Strengthen when you're strong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what you need to do. Yeah, strengthen when you're strong, Tommy.
Exactly. The thing is, when we were winning these, trophies and whatever, you strengthen. But unfortunately, I'm not going to say Klopp or that, but he's partly to blame. He knows that it was weakening season after season until it weakened that much last season. Look where we finished. And we were looking to finish there, to be honest. Let's be, let's be truthful.
But the thing is, Frank, is the way we played football for 4 or 5 years. Anybody, if you know nothing about football, knew that team couldn't sustain that.
No, that's right. Yeah, exactly. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And yet the season before last, we were close to winning 4 trophies. And if you take away the fact that, all right, we didn't win 4 trophies and we won the 2 domestic cups. So the 2 important ones we thought fell short. But if you look at our actual record over that season, in the league, obviously, and the Champions League, the games, how many games did we actually lose?
We were 20 points ahead, weren't we?
Yeah.
And
COVID, 20 points ahead.
And yet it does seem that we were actually in decline at that point.
We were, I said that to you.
Yeah.
The way we were getting beat at the end of the season, I was saying, hang on.
If we would have signed players the previous season, we would have won that league more than likely. We would have won the Champions League more than likely.
Yeah.
If we would have strengthened.
Yeah, if they would have invested, we would have won them. We would have won more Champions League, and we would have won the title, a couple of times more as well. You'd have to strengthen it. It's as simple as that. And what it was the fans saying, we can't keep up. Of course we can keep up with them if we spend. It's not that we're going to go in decline in the market, if you like. I'm talking about the economic market there.
Yeah.
Sustainability. Because that's what people are going on. Oh, but it was self-sustainable. Oh, sods off.
We had to buy like for like the players we had in that team.
We were at our peak. We were at our peak when Firmino, Salah, and Mane were buzzing.
Yeah.
When they were scoring goals for fun. And Firmino started to get a little bit older. Mane got a little bit not quite there, wanted to get away. Yeah. It was only left Salah. And then they're panicking and bringing in Gakpo and bringing in Nunez. A bit late, too late.
Yeah.
Players should have come in then when these boys were at their best, make him play harder or fill in for them. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, let's take in a couple of comments, please. Charlie Woods, FSG bought the club for less than a player's weekly wage. Think about that. Spot on there.
300 million.
300 million.
Yeah, how much is Mo Salah?
Yeah, probably 350 now.
FSG spent 200 million for one player for the Rounders team and don't bat an eyelid. Something incongruous about
that for my money.
About that for my money. Yeah. There you go.
But we know that anyway. We know that the money goes to Red Sox, now then into golf, then into Formula One. That's where the money's going.
Well, there's a good one there. That's where the money's going. These is out.
LeBron James taking around 50 million. Neil Broderick taking around 50 million out of our spending pot. Not sure exactly what he brings. Not sure exactly what he brings to the club. No, I think he what it is. He brings it to FSG, not the club, not Liverpool, doesn't he? So he's using Liverpool's brand with his own name.
Yeah, I don't think he brings anything to the club. Nobody ever
mentioned. He doesn't bring nothing. He brings absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Nobody ever mentioned his name to me.
I seen him wearing a scarf once. I think he was in LA. And it was roasting. He was wearing a scarf, Great. Oh, yeah, great. Then all of a sudden, when the photographs out, he's elastic.
The only thing I'd say about where the money goes and it going to America and stuff, to FSG, whatever they can spend it around. It's in the what's the name, and whatever they're doing, and I haven't looked. It's out there in the public domain, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if they are doing that, then there should be more said about it. There should be more focus on it.
But the thing is, Ian, who are they answerable to?
Say again.
Who are they answerable to? They don't have to answer to nobody.
No, but if them figures are all out there, aren't they? Whatever the club brings in and whatever the club, that's all the figures are there in the public domain. So what I'm saying is, if, for instance, LeBron James has took 50 million away from Liverpool and taken it somewhere else, then that would be out there, wouldn't it, in the public domain?
Yeah.
So wouldn't a lot more? Am I missing something?
No, it's scandalous. I agree with you.
I'm not.
But the thing is, who's going to tackle FSD about it?
No, yeah. Well, this is it, isn't it? I mean, it's, I went on a few marches with SOS and went to a lot of the meetings, Spirit of Shankly back in the day when they were against, the original American owners, and it worked because they attacked Barclays. They had a strategy that worked, and I was at the meeting in the supporters club, and I couldn't believe what was going on. They said at 3 o'clock on Saturday, we're all going to phone this number, Barclays, and the reason we're going to block their lines, and they were forcing Barclays into a situation where they couldn't lend the money to Hicks and Gillette, and it worked. And Brian Reid's book is Brian Reid wrote a book. Forgot what it's called now off the top of my head, but it was brilliant. What they did was brilliant. I don't think that's possible to do what they done then with Hicks and Gillette with these now. I mean, a lot of that is because it was hard enough then gaining support from the normal supporter to back the campaigns, because I remember walking past the Cabbage Hall for a Man United game that we were doing a march on, and everyone was in the pub, outside the pub, having a drink, clapping, and everyone was shouting, "Never mind standing there drinking, get out here and join the march." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much apathy about it all. Yeah. And the problem we've got now is we've won trophies on the back of this, and they've got a lot in the bank as well. Positivity in the bank as well as the negativity. So if it was hard enough then to get people to back, any.
Do you remember when they tried to put the season tickets up and the fans walked out?
Yeah.
That turned it round. They didn't do it. They didn't put them up. That shows the power of the supporters when they get together. Same with this Super League. The supporters stopped that.
Yeah. But you know what, George? That Sunderland game where they walked out, the focus ended up. It worked long term. It worked because they stopped the rise. But in the short term, people were blaming them fans for walking out for the last minute goal that Sunderland scored.
That's right.
Yeah, they said, and that people were going, "Oh, look at these idiots walking out," and then Sunderland equalised or whatever. But in the long term, it's a lot of money.
The fans don't realise the power they've got.
No.
They were the true fans who walked out. They were the true fans. They weren't the people coming with the cameras and with a day out.
The true fans don't realise the power they've got.
Yeah.
Spirit of Shankly also. I remember one protest in the ground, and they said, "We're going to stay after the game, and we want everyone to converge in the bottom left-hand corner of the Kop." And the reason for that was the cameras couldn't avoid them because they were interviewing the players down by the Annie Road.
That's right.
And the angle went down there because the TV had avoided any protests that they could, wouldn't he? We knew, and we had the police coming round taking names and addresses there for that. asking what your name was and asking your address. And it was like, why? We're just having a protest at the game, you know what I mean?
Well, Joe Blott and the boys in them all did a great job, but they were supposed to get representation on the board. What's happened to that? Have we still got representation on the board?
They are, they have, haven't they? And they talk. I mean, I know Frank's quite critical of this, aren't you? But they are there, and I suppose it goes a bit political then, doesn't it? How much what you do and what don't you do. But they were never there to. I don't think they were ever there to push the club on signings and things like that.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's other things. It's to do with the supporters, isn't it? And
FSG pay lip service to it, I should imagine.
Yeah, but the point is, I was on the steps and everything else, St. George's Hall. And when John Power was singing, and they're all there, we're all having a good time. But the point is, they've done absolutely nothing about this.
Hey. But
they've done nothing.
What they've done nothing about what the finances of the club are like, or why the club aren't putting money up for the player.
Exactly, the investment.
On the pitch.
Yeah, the investment. It's absolutely.
I think that's where.
And all as we're getting and I'm talking about people who support SOS, is look what they've done for us. They saved us. They didn't save us. That's a fallacy.
Who saved us? The Americans. Sorry,
SOS.
FSG saved us.
No, I'm sorry. That's what they saved us. They didn't save us. The Royal Bank of Scotland's elder thing is that they had too much collateral to fold. We were made up that they never we were made up. we were to get a toss up they didn't. Because they were in trouble at the time, if you remember. The Royal Bank of Scotland. Remember? And we had to bail them out. Not sure about Liverpool. The country had to bail them out. And they said we were made up with the money that we were holding for Liverpool FC, the brand. Yeah. They never said.
You know what? It used to be great when the fans used to pile up to the Cup, go through the turnstiles, get on there, watch a game, enjoy the game, shout and cheer, and go home. Yeah. It was fantastic. Now it just seems to be a completely.
If you could only realise, all the fans want is the team on the pitch to be winning.
Giving entertainment.
That's all they want. They don't want anything else.
And investments, as Charlie would say, is FSG are great spin doctors. Well, I call them the washing machine. They spin a hell of a lot. And especially to the likes of you and I.
I think there's two ways you've got to look at it, isn't it? Do we enjoy the ride? And I think we have enjoyed the ride, haven't we? The last
Well, you couldn't not enjoy the ride. It's been a fantastic ride the last 5 years. Let's be honest.
I think it's important to say that is down to Klopp, although they brought him in. And without Klopp, none of it would have happened.
Yeah.
With the investment that they've given him.
Can I say?
You're totally right. You're totally right.
Can I ask you something here? Right. Do you know the way they say about saving us and everything else? If they were doing so well, look what they've done, up there in Kirby, they've done this great facility, but it was sponsored. Everything is being sponsored. We're buying it. We are buying everything. Yeah. The stands, that was built, the Annie Road stand down. We bought it, not them.
Yeah, I mean, they've used our name to make money. I think. I remember thinking years ago, when David Moores was selling, he had all the tools. We just didn't have to know how to. Yeah, and he admitted that himself, I think, didn't he? And that's why he sold, because
it was Chelsea, wasn't it? Remember at the time, Chelsea brought in Abramovich.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He brought him in, and he said, "Well, you've got to look at what David Moores done for us.
Yeah.
Just think about this." He built, he refurbished the Cop, the Kenny Dalglish stand.
Yeah.
He put the second tier on the Annie Road end, didn't he? And he bought players. Yeah. And look at this lot.
But the thing is, he realised that the game was outgrowing him.
Of course.
And I think, but at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, our name, our club, was there for anyone at the time to maximise its potential. It's just that David Moores couldn't do that. So these people are coming in, maximising our potential. And
Yes.
that's what FSG have been good at. But the problem is they've been good at it more for themselves than the club itself.
And
That's what I was going to say.
David Rose was a fan as well as the owner.
Yeah.
You don't mind. You don't know the businessman. They're there to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't mind them making money if they put some our way to keep our team sustainable over the next, say, 10 years or whatever.
Yeah. That's all we want, yeah. That's all we want. We want
The other thing is, of course, is like the financial fair play situation, isn't it? So they can't just throw money that the club doesn't earn. But if the club's worth 4 billion, are we allowed to spend? How much are we allowed to spend?
Nobody seems to know, do they?
No. So where does it? You know, if the club's worth 4 billion, but the club say only how much does the club bring in a year, and it's a lot, you know, within the financial fair play situation.
I mean, the third or the fifth richest club in the world.
Yeah, and if you know, Barcelona and Real Madrid are still spending, aren't they? Where do you only want to see it to be?
And there's kids, aren't they?
Practically bankrupt.
Yeah, I think Neil Broderick says FSG have got a lot of credit in the bank purely down to club. You're spot on, Ian. If you look at the supporters site, 60% in favour of FSG and think they're doing a great job. It's global, so the lifetime local fans' opinion is watered down. Brilliant. That's brilliant, Jack.
100% right, that.
Yeah.
I've got to say that I don't want Liverpool to be taken over by these owners that are taking over the game. I want FSG to spend our money.
But they're not going to, and that's the sticking point.
Or if to spend our money if we need to spend it. Do you know what I mean?
We need to spend it now. There's no like excuses that come out. I'm not saying you,
No.
But there's no excuses. You know, you can easily say, well, you know, they came out the other week and said there's no money. How isn't there no money? Why can't we go for that Kimmich for 64 million? Who I want? I'd love to see him at Liverpool Football Club. Why can't we buy him?
The wage bill comes into it, doesn't it?
I can get Ian's point there, and I think I have to agree with Ian there. If FSG would run this club, like all the profits we've made over the years, and just say there's 100 million every season and buy 2 or 3 players every season.
Yeah.
They'd be ideal. They'd be ideal for us.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, though, Tommy. You know that, and I know that. George knows that, and Ian knows that, and all those lads out there know that.
Yeah, but hypothetically, if they could do that, I would rather have FSG than Arabs. But the thing is, they're not going to do it.
They've done what you just. They've done what you just said, Tommy. They've done what you just said this season. They spent 100 million this season.
Yeah.
On the 2 midfield players.
Yeah, but
last year they spent on Diaz and they spent on Nunes.
But the way I look at it, they always 200 million.
You need more than 100 million to get.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they would have done that over the last 4 or 5 years, George.
Yeah, and they've got to do it in the next 3 or 4 years as well and spend more.
Yeah. Totally agree.
It's about getting the right players as well, not just spending money for the sake of spending.
Do you think like this time next year we'll be saying the same thing?
Yeah,
see,
because we were saying the same thing last year.
Klopp knows the type of player he wants. He knows what he wants in Liverpool Football Club. He doesn't just sign anybody. The reason he signed McAllister and the other lad is because he reckons the Liverpool players, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
He looks at the players and say, "Will he fit into my team?"
I prefer to talk about this season coming up, and let's judge him on what happens on the pitch.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Well, we'll be finishing now anyway. I just want to say, please just like, just like the thing. If you've already liked it last week or the week before, just like it now again. Like it again on Thursday. Just like it. You just don't put one like.
Like it.
Get the algorithm out there.
Like Jerry Marsden. I like it.
I like it.
Right.
How do you do what you do?
All right, before we finish, I've just got a little question for you. So, oh yeah, there's this lad here. Can't pronounce his second name. It's like a slobber. Oh, forget it. Yeah, this lad here.
Ian, it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's Ian. Yeah, he tries saying his. Anyway, FSG needs to invest more than 25 million net for the top composition.
Right, so I was going to say to that. I was going to say our net spend is about 25 million a year. Now, what did you say we've spent up to now, George? 100 million?
No, a million. They spent 2 players. It was 40 and 50 million. 40, is it 50 million for Szoboszlai and 50 million for McAllister?
That, if we don't bring any money in.
That's right.
Where's
but
that?
We've also, we've sold a few as well, haven't we?
If it's 100 million we've spent, on FSG's past record, they're going to sell players for 75 million, and who are they going to be?
Well, they're selling Fabinho, aren't they, for 40 million?
Fabinho is 40. You watch it all add up to the 25
They're a
million.
sell to buy club, and that's the point. They don't spend anything. And as Ian McKenna says, because he says there, look, Irish to McKenna. Yeah. That's what you're going to get, Ian, from now on. That is Ian McKenna. And as he says there, 25 million net spends, and Neil Broderick, he hits the nail on the head. Sell to buy, end all.
But you know what I'd like to say? You know, on our next podcast, I'd rather talk about the team and next season and keep going on about FSG.
Yeah, I agree a little bit with that.
I agree. But the point is, this time next week, we could be saying the same thing because no one's coming in.
The thing is, Frank, whoever comes in or whoever goes out, whoever starts the season, that's who we've got to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember, I said, would you like to see what we've got now to start next season and go through the season? I wouldn't because it wouldn't last.
Well, I still think we've got a strong squad.
Yeah, we've depleted the squad. Okay, that's fine.
I think, at the
So
moment.
getting rid of Kaiser and Milner and Oxlade-Chamberlain, I've depleted the squad.
And Firmino, a lot of money's off the wage bill.
Yeah, but he should have gone years ago then.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, 100%.
Should have gone years ago. And he could have got money for them, but he didn't want to. He wanted to keep them. Put his arms around them. These are my boys,
Let's see what happens this year.
Let's just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, let's enjoy it.
As you said, George, once we get to over the next few weeks, it'll all come out in the wash, and then whoever starts to get at Chelsea.
Well, once the transfer period's finished, we'll know who we've got or who we haven't got, and then we can concentrate on getting behind the team and see what happens.
Yeah. All right, do you know the way? Yeah, there's a question for you. I'll go to you, Tommy, first, then George, then him. This SOS fella here. Right, I'm going to say. Do you know the way we are now? You, Tommy, you, George, Marios. We've got to bring Marios into this because the four of us, and you, Ian. Do you think that me, George, Ian, Marios are not true supporters?
Are not true supporters.
What type of question is that? What type of question is that?
I'll tell you, because we're not true supporters.
Who told you that?
There's people who, Tommy, don't fucking start me. They say it. You're not.
Did they worry you? Them people. Did they worry you?
All I'm saying is, these people say that we're not proper supporters. Get behind.
Did that worry you?
We are behind the team. This is why we want the best for Liverpool Football Club. I've seen them win the FA Cup in '65.
Why did you take any heed of them?
And these are the people who saying get a plastic support.
Who Who can say we're not true supporters? I played for the club.
I know,
Exactly. No,
I've been watching him since 1960. I've seen every single game we've ever played. I know every single player that's ever played the first team.
What I'm saying, it's people on the social networking that call us. They just say.
No, you don't listen to them, do you? You mean they're not true supporters.
You know what I mean? Exactly. And that's why I said, what about you?
You're getting all that up there about these people. Who call us.
Listen, everyone's got opinions.
Who are these people?
Everyone's got opinions, and I think people who are match-going supporters or long-term match-going supporters are the important ones. You get so much on like Twitter, not so much Facebook, but Twitter, that you just think, honest to God, they're not real fans. Half of them, most of them have never been in the ground, you know, and
the keyboard warriors.
They don't understand the city. They don't understand the people. Know what I mean? A lot of them, and that's not against out of town support, because our out of town support's the best in the world for me. But you know, there's people who aren't out of town supporters. They're just from out of town that have got an opinion. You know, and they just lack respect and lack an understanding. And everyone's got different opinions.
Yes.
We've all got different opinions in here, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've got a different opinion to Frank on it.
That's what I said before. The difference with us on here, we have different opinions, but we respect each other's opinion.
Yeah.
But you can't set the team for what's going on. You can't set the team. This is why we can't just say, oh, I'm looking forward to the season when the fucking ground's not even fucking finished.
Why can't we look forward to it?
Because we've got to see who's coming in. That's it. That's why, son. We've got to replenish.
So why does that stop us not looking forward to it?
I'm not saying you're not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to it, don't forget. But I'd like to see a more strengthened side. That's what I'd like to see.
Well, don't you think we all would?
Yeah, that's all I mean.
But all I'm saying is we've got to be happy. Whoever starts against Chelsea, that's who we've got to back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's what I mean. You know, we all back them. We all want to be jumping around when we score, which we do.
You want to calm down? You're going to have a heart attack.
We all want to see players coming in. We all want to see players coming in.
I was going through the resource then, thinking, right, what steps do we take?
Oh yeah, Ian's there. You'll be all right. Go ahead, have one.
Stephen Snake says the fact that you get so riled by the accusations validates your commitment to the cause, Frank. Ignore the rubbish and sort the wheat from the chaff. We never walk alone. And we end on that wonderful.
That's it. Lovely ending.
I take it we're allowed to swear on here now.
Well, Frank has, and it's his show, and he's fucking and blind.
It's all passion. That's what it's all about. The game's all about
passion. Yes. You calm down, mate.
Calm down.
I've had a bypass, by the way, a 5-way bypass. I don't want another one.
George, you're the coolest fella I know, mate.
I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky, aren't I?
Yeah.
And aren't I, Tommy?
You are, yeah.
Well, there you go.
The way you're going on. Just calm down.
Like this, I'll have to put the kettle on myself.
It's only 2 years ago.
I'll put the kettle on myself.
It's only 2 years ago I was told I got 8 hours to live. I'm still here.
That's true.
We're gonna have to shoot you, George.
I know. I'll outlive them all, Tommy.
On that note, no wonder you're looking forward to the season. Like we all are.
Well, yeah, why might you say that? Well, aren't we, Frank?
Looking forward to any season.
Looking forward to the season. But anyway, lads, it's been great. It's been great tonight. And all the people out there have been, you know.
I reckon the last 20 minutes has been brilliant.
I only came in for the last hour.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in Turkey with you two.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, we're coming on when Francine does it.
So is he's going to come in with it?
Oh, are you? Well, we'll come from Turkey.
Yeah.
We'll be the Turkish correspondents.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Cornwall, like, but the first week, aren't I? So the second week.
Yeah, no, he's better than the second week.
Yeah. Do you think I'll get a word in edgeways?
No,
Hope she's not watching.
no, we've got no chance.
Tommy and I are coming on as guests.
Yeah.
You know, with George, you're married.
Hey, Frank, you have to be good to it because she might never run.
Yeah, she might say hello, drop.
Yeah, you be good to it.
Anyway, lads, it's been an absolute joy. It's been a
They're brilliant.
And we've
Yeah.
missed Marius so much, unfortunately, haven't we?
Glad I made it.
Yeah.
We've missed Marius, and that's the shame.
Yeah.
As Neil
He'll be back
Broderick
next
says,
week.
it's the Ken Dodd show.
Bloody hell.
Okay, lads.
Anyway,
See you later, lads.
good night, God bless, George.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Tommy.
Ian. Good night, Frank.
Ta-ra.
See you, Frank.
I'll see you
Go
all
get
next.
some sleeping tablets.
I'll see you next week, George.
See you next
Yeah,
week.
don't forget.
See you.
Yeah, don't forget. Hey, don't forget to take your coming on tablets, Frank.
See you
Good
later,
night. God
boys.
bless.
Good night.
Good night, God bless. Good night.
Good night, boys.
That's good, wasn't it?